Friends and relatives of Andrew Brown Jr. are furious with the district attorney who declared the deputies who killed Brown were justified and will not face charges. The DA revealed police body cam video of the shooting for the first time. Sheriff's deputies fired into Brown's car while trying to serve an arrest warrant last month. His family calls the death an execution. Jeff Pegues is outside the sheriff's office in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning. There is likely hours of body camera footage from this shooting, and whether we eventually see that is going to be up to a judge. But yesterday, the DA here released what he believes is the critical 44 seconds, and he released video from 4 different body cams. We want to warn you that what you're about to see is disturbing. Body camera video shows heavily armed deputies sitting in the back of a police pickup truck. They pull up on Andrew Brown Jr. to serve a drug-related warrant.
Go, 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 go!
Brown is behind the wheel of the blue sedan as deputies close in on him. Brown then backs the car up and turns to the left, away from officers. Deputies open fire, and the car speeds away before crashing into a tree. District Attorney Andrew Womble says Brown's attempt to flee made his vehicle a deadly weapon.
Mr. Brown's death, while tragic, was justified because Mr. Brown's actions caused 3 deputies with the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office to reasonably believe it was necessary to use deadly force.
Womble says Brown's car made contact with one of the deputies. In total, they fired 14 shots, hitting Brown in the right arm and the back of the head. Brown was unarmed. You're saying he was threatening them, but then he's backing away, and it's the officer going for the car.
That is a threat. And I don't care what direction you're going, forward, backward, sideways. I don't care if you're stationary, and neither do our courts and our case law.
The district attorney's press conference was an attempt to whitewash the unjustified killing of Andrew Brown Jr.
Ben Crump, one of the Brown family attorneys, says Brown was trying to drive away from deputies and pose no threat.
The most cowardly thing you could ever do is shoot a person from behind where they're not posing any threat or harm or violence to you.
In that press conference, you could see that the DA was adamant about what he views are the facts of this case, that Brown, by reacting to the officers in the way that he did, turned that vehicle into a deadly weapon. And there have been court cases in the past similar to this where you have encounters between someone and police where a vehicle has been viewed as a deadly weapon. But it is also worth mentioning that in that shooting, just 3 of the 7 cops fired all 14 shots, which raises the question of, did the other 4 officers perceive a different threat? Vlad.
It's an excellent point, Jeff. Thank you very much for your reporting. We appreciate it. I thought Jeff's question during that press conference was the most critical one. He said, you're saying that they're threatening you, the police officers, but he's backing away.
Backing away, and then he's trying to get away. And I think when we originally heard from the police, before we got to see the tape, you were led to believe that he deliberately tried to hit a police officer. That clearly was not the case. He was trying to get away, and it looked like he might have skimmed the police officer. But I don't understand the use of all the firepower as a guy, as Andrew Brown is clearly trying to get away.
Well, and essentially use of lethal force in a situation like this. Can't you shoot out the tires? I mean, I don't understand the tactics. That's my...
Also, the video of them, the way they were approaching, too, in that truck with, I saw assault rifles, like they were really trying to be on a hunt just to serve a warrant. Now, we all have already had a criminal record. I understand that. I get that. But there's just something, the optics of it do not look good. I'll say that.
The DA believes the law is on his side.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Clearly.
And right now it is.
That's right. That's right.
Right now it is.